take a look back at the history of the Ford Focus hot hatch, and it's a real mishmash of the good, the bad and the fairly ordinary.
First was the ST. It looked just like every other car in the Focus range and was more a tame Cormor than a full-on Vindaloo. Not a good start. Then came the RS, which promised so much more. It certainly looked the business, but its aggressive styling wasn't matched by its driving characteristics, which were off the boil. Oh dear. Then came the next generation Focus, and with it a new ST, with more power, more aggressive styling and a bolder paint job. Much better.
But if you want your Focus with an extra dose of spicy chili sauce, then Ford reckons it's got the answer with this. It's the new RS, it's on sale now and prices start just under £27,000.
Well, for starters, it certainly looks the part, like it's been ripped from the pages of Boy Racer Monthly. In fact, if you needed tracky bottoms and a baseball cap for the Focus ST, then with the RS you'll have to go one step further and break out the Burberry racing overalls.
If you're familiar with the cabin layout of the ST, then you won't get too lost in the RS.
The controls and dials are all in the same place. The only noticeable difference is these figure-hugging Recaro seats. And with it being a Focus, you won't be short on passenger or boot space.
But come on, let's be honest, this isn't a car that you buy for practicality. Something of an unwritten rule when it comes to hot hatchbacks, namely anything over 250 brake horsepower, and you opt for four-wheel drive. Why? Simple. Front wheels just can't cope with that amount of power. They tend to scramble for traction when you're accelerating, or you end up understeering into a ditch.
So with 305 horsepower, that's exactly what everyone was expecting with the new RS. But surprisingly, it's actually very well behaved.
Early prototypes of the RS were actually given four-wheel drive, but Ford found that they were too heavy and it would have been too expensive to put into production, so they decided to stick with front-wheel drive.
Ford has made the whole thing work thanks to a new suspension system and a limited slip diff so clever it would put Einstein to shame. It also has a wider track than the ST, stiffer springs all round, beefier brakes and a tweaked stability program. Now that may all sound like a load of technobabble, but what you're left with is a car that just loves to go round corners. But it isn't so firm that it's going to shake your fillings out, which means you can drive it quite comfortably around towns or on motorways, then take it on a track day and unleash hell.
Now onto the business end of what this car is all about, namely performance. It's powered by a heavily modified version of the 2.5 litre turbo engine you can find in the ST. That means it'll do 0 to 60 in 5.9 seconds and a top speed of, wait for it, 164 miles per hour. 164 for a hot hatch, that's insane. So it looks like the Focus RS is the real deal. Okay, you'll be spending a lot on running costs. It'll be expensive on fuel, tyres and insurance. But who cares? What you're getting is one of the best hot hatches money can buy. In fact, it's so good, I want to go for another drive.